What are you doing today to get closer to your goal? What is your goal? Do you have a goal? And if you have a goal, is it written down? It's said that there are about 95, 97% of people don't have goals. And of the ones that do, many of them aren't written down. So I ask you, what is your goal? And what are you doing today in this moment to get closer to it? You see, it's through meeting my first mentor and Coach Bob Proctor that I learned all about goal setting. And more importantly, why I wasn't getting to my goals. You see, year after year after year, I would set goals. I'd get really excited, get really motivated, but it only lasted for a short period of time. Or I'd have really big success, and then I'd sit back on those success and not put the pedal to the metal. I'd let off. And at the time, in looking back, retrospect, I didn't even know I was doing it. So I ask you, where are you at on your goals? What are you doing to get closer and to get to your goal? And if you don't have goals, definitely want to keep watching and listen, because it is so very important. Because first, you need to know where you are today in order to get to where you want to go. And you see, so many people would rather bury their head in the sand and not look at their current circumstances, not look where they are today, not really get in terms and get a grasp on what it is, where they're at. And that's step one, is you really got to know, and you got to look at, and you've got to accept where you are today. Don't beat yourself up about it. And don't, get down on yourself, because if you do that, that's the energy you're putting out, and that's what you're going to get back. See, what you want to do is you just want to stay neutral. You want to be like, yep, that's where I am today. But the beautiful part is where are you going? You see, most people set goals that they know how to achieve. And there's three types of goals. There's the goals that you've already achieved. So let's say you want to get 100 new clients in a year. And last year, you've got 98 new clients. Now, wouldn't you and I both agree that you can figure out how to get 2 more clients? So it's a goal that you already know how to get. The other one is a goal that you've already achieved. I got 98 last year, I'm going to get 98 again this year. That's no goal at all, because you know how to do it. And the third goal is the beautiful one, the one that you have no idea where or how it's going to happen. The only prerequisite is that you want it. You see, you got to want it. You got to have a big enough why, and you have to have a burning desire for your goal. So that would be going from 98 clients to 250 clients to 500 clients to 1,000 clients. Like, oh my gosh, that would change everything. Imagine how many people that I would be helping and serving if I were to get 500, 1,000 clients in a year versus 98. And the thought of it just blows your mind. You're like, how would that ever even happen? And that's the part that a lot of people can't detach from. The how is none of your business. The how will show itself. What you need to do is you need to find the goal that really lights your fire. You need to find the goal that you are going to connect with every single day and show up at the highest level and show up from the goal. You see, what happens is so many of us start from where we are today and we work towards our goal. We think we have to work to our goal. And we think we have to do this, and then we have to do that. And it's like a ladder or stairs where you have to take one step at a time. Nah, that's not how I play. You want to look at quantum leaps, meaning that you take your current circumstances, your current results, and you throw them out the window. You do not look at them. Now they're there, but I want you to detach from them. And it's in detaching from your current circumstances and going to that goal Again, the only prerequisite is that it's a desire, it's a want of yours, and you have no idea how to get it. And if you know how to get it, it's not worthy or big enough of you. Now you go to the goal and feel it as if it's already achieved. What does it feel like an hour after you've achieved your goal? And when you wake up in the morning, what is a person doing that's serving 500 clients a year versus 98 clients a year, or serving 1,000 clients a year versus 98 clients a year? What time does that person get up? What does their morning routine look like? And if you don't have a morning routine, that's a whole other set of seminars and videos that I would definitely want you to watch, because it's so important, because how you set up your day is how you do your day. So ask yourself, how many calls is that person making? How many connections? How many conversations? What are they wearing? What rooms are they getting into? What are they listening to on their radio? Is it a podcast or is it talk radio? Is it something that's going to expand them, or is it something that's collapsing and just making them of lack and limitation? And the economy, this is wrong and that is wrong, and lowering their vibration. You see, it's truly important to live from the goal, not to the goal. So you show up every day as if your goal is already achieved. And what does that look like? What does that version of you do? And you start living and doing it today, right now. So what's one thing that you can be doing to get better? The rule of thumb is 1% better every day, and quit competing with other people. You only want to compete with yourself. What you want to do is you want to beat your very best. And then the next day, beat it again. And then the next day, beat it again. But you want to look at getting 1% better every day. And then it's through the consistency, it's through creating disciplines in order that success will come. It really is a process. And once I learned the process of goal achievement and all of the disciplines that have to go with it, the irrevocable committed decision that you need to make that this is what's going to happen regardless of the current circumstances. And the interesting thing is, so many people think that once I get those 500 or 1,000 clients, wow, that's going to be amazing. That's just like, my goal is going to be here and it's going to be done. The goal, I'm going to tell you, it's the side effect. It's the aftermath. The beauty and the true win is who you become in the process to getting your goal, the big goal, the one that you want more than anything. That's just a side effect, because I can promise you one thing and one thing only. You will not get to your big goal from who you are today, from what you're doing today, from how you're showing up today. Neither will I. You need to lean in and become a better version of yourself. You need to increase your self-image, your attitude, your standard 1% every day. And think about that. You will need a telescope to look back and to see who you once were a year later. I've done it. I can sit here and talk about this because I'm a product of the product and I know it works. And when I found this information, I didn't believe it. I borrowed the belief in my mentor and my coach, because I didn't have any of myself. My self-worth, my confidence, I was in a really tough spot, a huge rock bottom in my life, probably the lowest of lows that I've ever been. And it's through this information and figuring out how my mind works, how our thoughts truly become things, and what we surround ourselves with, what we let into our conscious mind, and what we accept day after day after day will put out your current results. So I want to ask you, look at your current results. Really sit down and take a look at your current results. And if they are not what you desire, If it's not what you want, if it actually kind of makes you a little woozy looking at it, you got to back it up. Our current results are because of the actions we're taking or not taking. And the actions we take or don't take is because of how we're feeling and the emotional state we're in, the vibration. And the emotional state we're in and the vibration we're in are a direct result of our thoughts. See, it all starts with our thoughts. What are you letting into your mind? What thoughts are you letting to come in? What conversations are you having? What are you watching on the television? What are you listening to? Who are your 5 people that you're surrounding yourself with? Because as they say, we are some of the 5 people we spend the most time with. And you know, what I did is I couldn't get into those rooms. I couldn't afford it. I couldn't get to the people I wanted to get to. The beautiful thing is now we have the technology, so you can get in those rooms. You can listen to those podcasts. You can jump on YouTube. There is really a lot less excuses to being able to decide what you're going to let into your environment than there once was, because you have so many options and opportunities to feed your mind, to create thoughts that are going to serve you versus take away from you. You see, there's a law of compensation that I'll go over as well. The law of compensation says that there's 3 parts of it. Your ability to do what you're doing, the difficulty there be in replacing you, and the need for what you do. Now, is there a need for what you do? I guarantee if you're doing what you're doing, there's a need. There's a need out there in the marketplace or in your community or who you're serving. There's a need for what you do, your ability to do it. How good are you at what you're doing? And are you getting better every day? And the third part, the difficulty there will be in replacing you. You see, I was told no one's irreplaceable. Everyone can be replaced. But you want to make it very difficult for you to be replaced. So if you work on the second factor, your ability to do what you're doing, the third one will take care of itself. So I ask you, what are you doing every day to get better, to do better, to show up in a different light? Because it's through those little wins and beating your best day after day after day that the circumstances, the money, the opportunity, the people, all of that will show up. That's the how to get you to your goal. But you don't know how it's going to show up. You just have to show up as your best version, the best version of yourself every day, and get into the right mindset. Get the thoughts under control. Get your environment in check. And really choose into yourself. And it's in doing that what people call miracles or luck, or can you believe that happened? That's the universe showing up and rewarding you for doing the work. You see, every day you choose, we all choose fear or faith. Every choice you have is either expanding you or contracting you. Every decision, it's either fear-based or faith-based. And the difference is that one, you choose to go on faith, and one, you choose to go on fear and to stay stuck or where you're at. You can't see either. But what I've found is so many people, 90 to 95% of people choose fear. And they choose fear because at least they know what they're going to get. At least they know they're going to stay where they're at. At least they know what to expect. Though it's not at all what they want, it's not at all what their true potential is, and that other person that's trying to get out, they're not listening to their intuition, they're not listening to their imagination, they're not taking what their purpose is and why they're here and letting that shine. They're staying in lack, staying in limitation, staying in fear because it's comfortable, because you know what it is, because it's in taking the leap of faith, in choosing into yourself, choosing into your goals, that you have to let go of the excuses. You have to choose that you're going to work on your attitude. You're going to work on your self-image. You're going to choose a discipline every day, even if it's getting up 10 minutes earlier, half hour earlier, an hour earlier, to do a morning routine, to set your day up for success, to put yourself first, to put your goals first. You see, so many of us hit the snooze or say, you know what, I don't need to do it today. Or I worked out extra hard today, I can skip. Or yesterday, I can skip today. Or I ate really good yesterday, so I can have this piece of cake. You know, think about your standard. That's another thing that I go deep into is standard. What are you willing to accept? Where do you want to go? And you set your standard, and just like your goal, you make your decisions from your standard. Because if you keep showing up day after day after day, making your decisions from where you are today, like I said, you're just going to stay right here. You're going to stay exactly where you're at. But I know if you're still watching and if you're still engaged in this video, you want more. You want to go somewhere. You can feel that inner being wanting to get out. You know you're meant for more. We all are. You see, we are human. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. And so many people have that backwards. They think we're human beings having a spiritual experience. You see, we're spiritually perfect and we're made for expansion. We are not supposed to be satisfied. You see, always grateful, 100%. You always be grateful for where you are, for what you have. You find the good in every situation, but never satisfied. We are meant for expansion. We are meant for growth. And if you are stuck or if you need help setting goals, I am going to be hosting an amazing online workshop. And it's truly for anyone that wants to set a goal, that wants to get unstuck from where they are right now, where you are right now, to where you truly want to go. I'd never thought like this. I'd never understood this until I found my first mentor. And I'm telling you, year after year after year, my life has changed. I don't even recognize who I once was. I appreciate her and I love her. And I know I wouldn't be right where I am today without having gone through everything that I went through, good, bad, and ugly, to get to here. You see, it's all part of our journey. Where you are today, you're here for a reason. It's part of your journey. And the beautiful thing is once you start taking control of your thoughts, really start thinking, you can go anywhere. And that is what I'm going to take you through. So with that said, please click on the information below. I would love to have a conversation with you and watch for my goal setting seminar. It's a jam-packed 6 weeks full of looking at setting your goal. And I can promise you, it's not going to be like any goal setting exercise or seminar or class that you've been a part of. It will actually get you to really start thinking, to really start taking where you are today and expanding and getting to where you want to go. And we'll start with finding the goal that's worthy of you, because so many people, if they do set goals at all, it's not worthy enough. It's not worthy of them. So that will be the first step. So, you know, until next time, go out and go get yours, get it. What's 3 to 5 things you can do today, right now, to get you closer to where you want to go? Maybe one of them's exactly this goal setting workshop. Speaking with me, book a free strategy call. I'm happy to talk more. And until next time, make it a good one, 1% better every day. Go out and do something to feel 1% better, to make yourself 1% better today. Do it every day, beat your personal best, and you will need a telescope to look back to see who you once were. Make it a good one.